A new report from the Washington Post this week has revealed that Republican Senator Lindsey Graham actually tried to talk Donald Trump out of picking J.D. Vance as his running mate, along with other Republicans and strategists. But Graham was so adamant that Donald Trump not pick Vance that even when they were on their plane, because Graham traveled with Trump for some reason on his plane, to the convention, Graham and his Republican friends were still trying to talk Trump out of it. And of course, they were unsuccessful because Donald Trump's two idiot sons, Eric and Don Jr., had already convinced him that J.D. Vance was the future. And as we all know now, that is a decision that Donald Trump deeply regrets. But here is what the Post reported. The South Carolina senator was campaigning for, I'll tell you the name in a minute, even aboard Trump's plane to the Republican National Convention, arguing that the other person would attract more votes in swing states. Graham was one of an array of senators, donors, conservative media personalities, and other supporters who tried to get Trump to choose someone other than Vance, according to the Post. So, Lindsey Graham not only didn't want it to be J.D. Vance, but he had the person in mind that it should be. So who is this brilliant person that would have been so much better for Trump's ticket? Lindsey Graham wanted him to pick Marco Rubio. I mean, look, J.D. Vance has come out and said some really dumb things in the week and a half that he's been on that ticket. But Marco Rubio is definitely one of the dumbest people in that Senate. And I don't think J.D. Vance is actually stupid. He says stupid things, of course, because he thinks it helps him, but he's not an idiot. Rubio, on the other hand, is genuinely a dumb person. Like, he is not smart. The dumbest, of course, is Tommy Tuberville. He is just absolutely bottom of the barrel in the intelligence arena, but Marco Rubio is right behind him. But I really would love to know. I would love to pick Lindsey Graham's brain. Like, why do you think Marco Rubio would be better? This is a guy that cannot handle himself on stage, which he once again proved when he was on the stage at the Republican convention doing that weird thing with his lips that creeped everybody out. It wasn't natural. It wasn't normal. Marco Rubio is not ready for the big stage. After all these years, he's still not ready for the big stage. He is beyond pathetic. And no, he's not going to attract any new voters in any of those swing states like Lindsey Graham suggested. But what I find interesting is that this past weekend, before this Washington Post report came out of Graham trying to talk Trump out of Vance, Lindsey Graham was on Face the Nation on CBS on Sunday where he said this about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance has one of the most compelling stories in American politics. We're on the wrong track. The American people know it, and J.D. Vance will help President Trump get us on the right track. Yeah, I don't have children, but I'm going to vote for J.D. and Trump. Now, you should never say anything to hurt anybody's feelings, but when you look at all these interviews by J.D., he was talking about how the Democratic Party has abandoned the traditional family. Coming from the childless cat man, Lindsey Graham, right? Like, it's the Democrats that are attacking the traditional family. These people are idiots. They don't even realize how stupid they are. They don't realize the damage they're causing by, trying to double and triple down on these comments, but God love them, they're just so dumb that they're tanking themselves. And what's even funnier to me is, as bad as J.D. Vance has been for the Trump ticket, if Trump had listened to Lindsey Graham, things would be so much worse for him right now. America's Lawyer has launched its own YouTube channel. Now, this channel, of course, is still in its early phases of development, but you can help grow it by subscribing. Just go to youtube.com/TheAmericasLawyer, and you'll get all of the great content from Mike Papantonio and myself that we produce every single week.